Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning back in. This is part two of the reading, and I believe I left off at the bridge. Okay, so we're gonna continue there. If you need to catch up, go back to part one, so that you can get all of that tea. Okay, but however, let's jump right on in. I got the four swords that came out. Okay, and with that four swords, it's like your bond is being spiritually held together. This is the divine, like, or your angelic guides really keeping this connection flowing. Okay, even in the silence, like you may not even be thinking none of this stuff is happening, but behind the scenes, yeah, that's the goal, or that's, how can I say it, that's your spirit team's goal, is to keep this connection together. Okay, and it's happening through rest, it's happening through reflection, it's happening through these sacred pauses. So when you have moments where you guys have to be away from each other, even if it's just emotionally, if and not necessarily a physical separation. For some of you, it may be a separation of some sort, but it's healing that's happening in those moments. Okay, so you are connected with your masculine in the quiet moments, through dreams, through meditations, through deep thought. And so this is why you're always being called to rest, okay, to go within, to go in that hermit mode, because that's when it pushes the divine masculine to go and do the same thing. And then you guys are literally connecting with each other through soul, right? Because this is a soul connection. But this card is really reminding you that your rest is sacred. Okay, it's part of your union unfolding. So reconnect back to that if you're not. It says, I want to treat you the way you deserve. And so this is what I'm feeling like. These sacred moments of pausing is helping your masculine to do what? Really think and reflect. And it's like they really want to change how they approach you in this connection. Okay, with the block, we got the moon card coming out. And with that moon card energy, it speaks about illusions, it speaks about fear, anxiety, things like that, confusion, emotional confusion for the most part. But there's still some deep shadow work that has to be done, and it's unfolding. Okay, so especially when it comes to trust, your intuition, and facing the unknown aspects of yourself. So tell me about the moon. Some of you, or they, could be doubting what's real. Your masculine definitely could be doubting what's real about divine feminine, about the whole connection itself. Okay, so divine masculine is being guided to go deeper, go below the surface. It's like it's not based off of what they can see. And so that's what they're really starting to learn about this connection. It's like a soul connection. It only works through the 5D. Look, and I want to hold you card comes out again. So your masculine really wants to connect with you on this emotional level, right? And this is coming from their 5D self, okay? Now with the flame coming out in the 10 of Swords reverse, the masculine is rising from betrayal, pain, burnout, whatever it is, right? The worst is literally over. When that 10 of Swords comes out in the reverse, sometimes it could be someone holding on to some old pain. But I feel like the divine masculine is really rising through this all, okay? Or they're trying. They're going through a rebirth. Tell me about that. It's like they're going through this rebirth where the way that they lead is going to be coming or based off of their pain, their past experiences. You know how it says, you know how when people say, you know, how can you teach somebody else or lead somebody else if you ain't never been through it? And this is what we do as divine feminine, divine masculine. We show up in that way. It's like because we already been through it, right? So now I can come up here on my platform and read to you about this stuff, or talk to you about the different things that happen within my own, you know, situation. Because hey, I've been through it. I connected and I overcame it. And so now I can be the Hierophant or the teacher or the high priestess or whatever, to connect with you guys. And it's the same way. That's what's happening with Divine Masculine. Okay. So we literally, the bigger picture is really using those wounds that we, I can just say gained, okay, those experiences, so that we can help other people to overcome them. All right, because we are great teachers, y'all. So don't keep it to yourself. Somebody needs to hear you. Somebody needs to hear your voice. They need to learn your dance. They need you. All right, the world needs you to show up. Another message from Nancy. I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. But the problem, I'm not going to say the problem, but the thing is that Divine Feminine could not be what Divine Feminine needed to be for themselves. So that's why the masculine cannot show up for Divine Feminine, okay? So Divine Feminine has to, really do the internal work. And it really is a self-mission. You literally on this mission taking care of yourself, okay? Overcoming yourself, and it's mirrored back to the masculine. And as you're doing that, then bam, guess what, they can now turn around and be what you need them to be, okay? But you got to do it for yourself first. And with the Union Code one, I got the Wheel of Fortune coming out in a reverse position. I got some of my cards on the side of me because I don't have any room. I'm working off of the little nightstand. I'm not at my house. I'm at my friend's house. So yeah, I kind of like squeeze in wherever I can be. But right now, it may feel like the timing is off and fate is against you. But, the Wheel of Fortune isn't punishment. It's like literally, it's protection. This is when divine timing kicks in. And it's a call for you to really release the control over the outcome and to allow divine timing to do what it does best. So all you're being asked to do is to surrender to the seasons of this connection. Whatever season you're in right now, like you're going to be consistently surrendering to the divine period when it comes down to it. And you got to be okay with that. Because right now, the cycle that you're in is in a cycle, and how I'm hearing it is like a cycle of rest. This is a season of pause, right? When I'm looking at the Four of Swords, it's like this is a time for you to step back and rest and really connect back with your own self, because you got to become one with yourself. You need to be whole to operate in this connection. And what's meant for you is not going to miss you, okay? Unless you try to rush it. It's still unfolding. That's what's happening. Everything is still unfolding. You're in this sacred pause again, like you're shedding what no longer is aligned with you. And so is the masculine. All right. I feel like Divine Feminine definitely sees Divine Masculine even from afar. The journey literally is not about chasing. And I feel like neither one of you are in this chasing energy. You're just in this pause. And that's just what it is. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, because divine timing had to kick in. Why? To bring you two back into alignment. All right? If you're not in alignment, if you're not on the same frequency, guess what? One of the twins is going to get out of there. And in this case, it looks like Divine Masculine may have been doing the running. Okay? But however, y'all, remember to stay balanced when you're on this journey. Okay? Because again, the journey is about your evolution. Not so much about the love, but the love is there, we get it. But your twin is showing you how to rise up. Okay? To rise up and to really reclaim your power and who you are. So if you are following what you are guided to follow, especially intuitively or by your angelic guides, by your trusted reader, then you will see your glow up. Okay? It's gonna happen, right? But again, if divine timing kicks in, it's because ego is in the way. So that gives you something to think about. I'm gonna get ready to go. I really thank you, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me. I know I'm on here with my bags under my eyes. I'm really trying to hang on here, y'all. I wanted to bring a reading to you guys tonight, though, and I showed up. But I love you, and I thank you for showing up for me too. Hit the like button.